honestly didn't plan this out before sitting down and starting to film. So, hey guys, it's Kirsten. For today's video, I'm going to talk kind of briefly about a little topic that ended up affecting me this past week, and that is the idea of knowing when to give yourself a break and knowing that it's okay to let yourself take some time off from work every once in a while. Follow me on Instagram. You know that last week, like last Thursday, I took a few days off to drive down to LA. I live up near San Francisco. I drove down to LA with one of my best friends, and we spent a couple days down there. We went to the beach, and we hung out with some friends down there, and it was really fun. But because it had already been a busy week, and because 4th of July was last week, and because I was packing and driving and trying to get down to LA, I ended up not filming a video for last week, and I ended up not writing a blog post for, at work I do blog posts for the company that I work for every once in a while. I just got into that. I ended up not having a blog post for that week. And I realized, like, in the middle of the trip that, like, I had brought all my stuff with me to, like, do work while I was on vacation, and I ended up not doing it because I was on vacation. And I ended up stressing myself out and freaking myself out, like, a lot, like, more than I should have. Because I was just sitting there thinking, like, what a failure I was, because I just started putting videos back up on YouTube recently, and I already missed one, and that I just started working for this company, and I've already missed a blog post for them, blah, blah, blah. Like, basically just, like, ripping myself apart for having the audacity to take some time off and enjoy myself for a couple of days. Even though I had totally told people that I was going on vacation at work, like, it was not a huge deal at all. And, like, I realized, because my friend was telling me, you know, like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, it's okay that you didn't do this thing. It's not, like, we were just sitting there, like, talking because I was complaining about it. And she was, like, helping me try to rationalize the whole situation. And I essentially realized, like, I, for one, have a huge problem with letting myself take time off. And I have a huge problem with feeling okay or feeling like I deserve to have time off. So I'm the type of person that if I'm not doing work or I'm not doing something that I feel like is productive, I feel like I'm wasting time, or I feel like I'm a failure. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Like, and then I'll sit there and be like, oh my God, I didn't do anything all day. Even if I did end up doing a fair amount of work during the day, if I wasn't, you know, working for 12 hours, then I'm a failure. And most of the time I don't have the energy to pull that off. So I end up feeling like a failure all the time. And then I went on this trip and didn't do any work at all. And I just felt like total crap about myself. Like, I felt like such a failure. Like, I felt like such a disappointment. And mind you, this was me taking like 4 days off, and 2 of those days were on a weekend, which I shouldn't even be working on anyways. Even though I do, I really shouldn't be. And so I was like, what is going on that I can't just allow myself time off every once in a while? Like, human beings need a break every once in a while. So why can't I allow it for myself? If I can, like, rationalize it for other people, what is the problem here that I can't let myself just take a break? And then I got back and I was like, okay, well, let me just jump back into doing work and we'll catch up. It'll be fine. And while I was gone, a bunch of stuff built up. Like, there was a ton of stuff in my inbox. Like, I had a bunch of emails from clients that I hadn't taken care of. White balance, hey. And I had emails from work, and I had, like, all this other stuff, like, in my life that I had to take care of, you know, just, like, normal, boring adult stuff, but, you know, taking care of bills and appointments and obligations in life that you have to take care of. And because I hadn't answered them in a couple of days, it felt like a lot of stuff, and it just kind of reinforced this idea in me that was like, this is why you can never take time off. Look at all this work that's in front of you now, and so this week is going to be super stressful because you have all this work to take care of, and you have deadlines coming up, and you have a show coming up out of state, and you're not going to be ready for it now. And it was just, I was being so ridiculously, like, unfairly hard on myself about this whole situation. So I was like, okay, I need to think about this. Like, I need to kind of figure out what's going on. And it's one of those things where I look at the situation and I can rationally say, like, if I were anyone else and I was talking to them, I would be like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, you're allowed to take time off. You told people you were taking the time off. The people that you do work for said it was totally fine that you took time off. You're the only person who's stressing yourself out about this. And yet, when it's me in the situation, I'm just a failure. And I feel like a lot of that comes down to my own self-esteem and my own doubts about whether or not I'm qualified for my career or good at what I do or worthy of any of the things I have in my life. Like, and I realize that's my problem, is that I constantly feel like I have to like qualify myself, or I constantly feel like I need to prove myself. And so that's why I wanted to talk about it, because the reality is, as people, whether you're an artist or a creator or a musician or whatever it is you do, it's okay to allow yourself breaks. In fact, you absolutely should be taking breaks, because if you work yourself 24/7, you're going to burn out and you're going to just not going to do well. You can't function that way as a person. So, like I said, it's going to be a relatively brief video because the message is pretty straight across. Like, it's okay to take breaks. Like, it is all right to let yourself calm down. And I don't mean like go and take vacations all the time or whatever, like go take all the time off in the world. Even like throughout the day, like it's okay to take breaks. Like you don't have to run yourself into the ground to prove that you're successful or to prove that you're good at what you do. Like it's not necessary and it's not healthy. And as I have with pretty much every video I've posted on this channel, I feel like a hypocrite for saying this because I don't always do it, but I'm telling other people to do it. But I think that's because I can look at other people and see it more objectively than when I see it in myself. So knowing how bad I feel, like I don't want other people to feel like that, because from the outside I can see like it's not necessary. And if that's true for other people, I'm assuming that means it's true for me too. Like it's okay. It's okay to give yourself a break sometimes. And truth be told, like after I film these videos and I edit them and I post them or whatever, like I go back and watch them, and I'll watch them more than once. And it's not because I enjoy hearing myself talk. I do not like seeing myself on camera, but because I feel like I need to tell it to myself. Like as much as I make these videos for other people, I make them for myself too. Half the time me on camera is me talking through stuff as I'm figuring out in my brain what I feel about a certain situation or how I feel about a topic. So a lot of times this is just me working my way through my own issues and then trying to make progress after I post the video, and then at the same time in the hopes that I'm relating to some other people who might feel the same way and maybe helping them as well. So that's really all this is. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that because I realized like it's just I'm so unfair to myself, yet so easily able to give other people credit or give other people breaks or give other people just like the benefit of the doubt. And I don't understand why I can't do that for myself. But after this past weekend of like bumming out my vacation and stressing myself out during the week, it just felt so like why I need to figure this out and figure out why, so I can figure out the steps to take to not feel like that. Yeah. So that's where I am. That's where I am this week. And honestly, this video is even less worked out than most of my videos normally are, because I'm having a little bit of an off week, like things with my personal life and with my work life and with like a lot of stuff going on, like my home life are a little off right now. And I realized like it's okay to also take a break from feeling like I need to be perfect. And it's okay for me just to kind of talk. Like I'm allowed to just talk in a video if I want to. Um, and I feel insecure about that, but I'm going to do it anyways because it's not the end of the world if I do it. So yeah, I guess if you do watch this, I just want you to know as well that it is okay to take some time off. It's okay to not beat yourself up every once in a while. It's okay to not be 100% satisfied with something, but still feel like you accomplished something and use it as a learning experience. So I hope you guys know that, and I hope if you're having a good week, I hope your week continues to be good. If you're having a not so great week, I hope it gets better. I hope you can work through some of the stuff that is going on with you. I hope some of the stuff that you can't control gets a little bit better. And yeah, I think that's it for this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any more ideas for videos or anything like that in the future, go ahead and put them in the comments. If there's any particular drawing videos you guys want to see on Mondays, let me know and I can work on those as well. I know I've already gotten tons of requests for tutorials. I'm working on that. I'm not 100% sure if I even want to do tutorials or like how I want to approach them, but I'll talk about that in a different video. But if you have anything in particular you want me to talk about, let me know and I'll do my best to make it happen, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!